Sorry, guys.
Okay, just roll.
Okay.
Hi there. We are the Seattle Coding Dojo team representing iOS in the first cross-dojo Olympic Codathon. My name is Olivier Butler.
I'm Wura Alese.
And I'm Lantz Warrick.
And together we made a augmented reality laser tag app for iOS called Zap Bam Pow. Live action game, so like you're gonna have to be moving about, dodging each other. Get into.
I see a screen.
Oh, that was not the button to press.
Wait, that works. Wait, so am I doing this right?
So wait till you
Wait,
QR code and then it says turn lock. He's blocking his chest. I don't think it'll hit. I'm not making
What's up, Christian?
Oh gosh, you guys snuck up on me. So like,
As part of the Seattle Coding Dojo team, we made a laser tag app. So the way this app works is the players wear QR codes and the phones using an augmented reality scene and the new Apple artificial intelligence vision module detect the QR codes, read who the player is, and let you shoot each other. We used a lot of new features from iOS 11, such as ARKit. We've got a JavaScript node backend that's handling the sockets, and our app actually uses sockets iOS as an extension. So this is the code for running our server. This also allows us to have an continuous live view during the game, which is independent of the iOS app, so anyone, even if they don't have an iPhone, can sign in and they can see the game in real time.
When we were initially working out the architecture for this game, I had the idea that we should try to use Game Center to leverage native Apple technologies to help with the networking in the back end. That would save us the time of having to build our own server. But as we got into exploring the implementation of Game Center, we found that the documentation was very thin. Most documentation was out of date. It stopped at about iOS 7, and it was very hard to find examples of how to implement it correctly. So we decided to go with the route of developing our own server and our own backend.
So we use node.js to connect sockets from the server side to the client side, which, I mean, we definitely did have challenges just trying to establish that connection.
For me, the biggest challenge in the project has been the fact that Node loves JSON, and JSON is not strongly typed at all.
That's true.
Swift needs everything to be like explicitly structured.
Yeah, but then sometimes we basically just made API calls from Swift to the server side to get things that we wanted.
Yeah, we ended up exploring a few different design patterns for working with the JavaScript server and Swift, and it's really interesting because neither of us have worked combining those two technologies before.
Alright, for the walkthrough of the app, we start with the home screen where you can select the server, and then you tap to go into the game. First, every player has to identify themselves by scanning a QR code. We use the same technology as we do in the main gameplay for this identification. The first person to scan in becomes the admin or the master. This time, Yoda is not the admin of the game. If Yoda were the admin, that player would have the ability to set the length of time of the match. What we're seeing here is the gameplay view and the targeting system. When a QR code is in the crosshairs, there's a target lock, and then to achieve a hit, the player needs to tap the screen. You'll see the hit indicator will also show which player has been hit, and the bottom bar of the screen is showing continuous updates from the server of other hits happening in the game. This view is the HTML page that is giving live updates of the score while the game is being played, including a log of who hit who. The time critical warning on the screen tells us that this game is about to be over.
So the way the code works for this is there's a timer that at regular intervals is acquiring QR objects using the Vision Kit that is new in iOS 11. Once it's identified a QR code, we have to also identify whether it is in the target area in the crosshairs. Then it will light up a target lock to let you know that that a viable target is in the crosshairs, and then you can tap anywhere on the screen to fire at your target.
You wait for the green.
Obviously, the app is a multiplayer app, and then we needed to keep scores of the players and their shots. And as they mentioned earlier, they had problems using the game score center. Okay, we had problems managing starting the games and keeping track of the scores, and just basically managing the data. So we decided to use Socket.io with the server side as node.js, and obviously the client side at Swift. So I was responsible for connecting that together.
Turn red when you hit. Or you get hit.
Whoa, what's the body roll? What's the body roll?